Well, before we do that, is there anything else you want to add about your operations that we may have missed through the questions? Doug,
Oh, no.
you're happy where you're at now?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy. Like things have gone well. I mean, it was insane the first few months, like as a new entrant, starting a whole new farm, building systems in a new operation, and it's a lot of stress and then it's a lot of like change. So like things are changing every week, and I was doing lots of change, trying to find what was the most efficient. So then I figured that out on the operation side, and now I'm still trying to figure it out on the bookkeeping side as well as the herd management, like record keeping and all that. So it's a lot in the first little while, and yeah, I'm enjoying it, and I can't wait to keep being a part of it.
Good. Josh, you're good?
Pretty happy.
Pretty happy? I like your approach. Erin?
Yeah, no, I would say I am sort of similar to Doug in that still pretty new to some of it. Like I was on the farm and managing the farm. It was that farm, but it's my parents fully retired in January. Like they don't come to the farm anymore unless they're coming over for supper. So it's been a big 18 months of transition for sure. And building systems that work for me versus what worked for when there was 3 of us working together.
You know, Josh, I look at you, like you started with TerraLink a couple years ago now?
Yeah, 2.5.
Yeah, so one of the things I found when I left the farm and started visiting other farms was I got to learn how other farms did things.
Yeah, that's true. That is one thing I've really enjoyed doing. Like obviously just I enjoy talking with other farmers, just getting the gossip and all that. But you also get to see how they do it and how they work their farms, and you know, the successes and maybe some failures too. And you know, you can take both and apply it to your farm too, and hopefully, you know, be able to make it better, and also relay information to them too. Like I really enjoy doing that, and you know, trying to help the best of my abilities with other farmers too.
Very good. So now we're going to start talking about farming for love. First of all, is everybody here familiar with that show? Anybody not familiar with it? Yeah, there's a few. Okay, so first of all, you know, disclaimer, I can't stand reality TV. Like to me, but I did watch the first season of Farming for Love because I knew Doug would be on it. And I did pressure him quite a bit, you know, try to find out some inside information. And he was really good with keeping it shut. But we kind of figured out with the very first show who you were going to pick, but we had to go through the whole season. So the premise of the show is there's one farmer, whether it be a male or female, and they had a choice of anywhere from 3 to 5 potential partners to hopefully carry on an existing long-lasting relationship on the farm. So a lot of the girls or the guys had no farming experience. So part of the premise of the show was the farmer teaching them, you know, about farming and whether they would adapt to it, and of course the ups and downs and the emotions that go through it. So if any of you watched, excuse me, the first season, you know, the first day was like, oh yeah, you got this pick of the litter. You have, it was like, you had 6 to choose from at first?
7.
7.
Yeah.
7. You went through university, you played volleyball in Austria, and you had to go to a show to pick from 7. Well, good for you though. And then at the end of the season, they've got to decide which one they want to carry on a relationship, whether it works or not, right? So, and I am happy to report that Doug's relationship is still going strong with Megan, and Megan is here with us. So give everybody a wave, Megan. Yes. So I'm going to ask you some questions about the show, and again, respectfully, we're not going to dive into what actually happened, but we're going to talk around it, okay? So first for you, Erin. What the heck were you thinking signing up for Farming for Love?
I ask myself that a lot, to be honest, especially now that we're sort of waiting. It honestly too, it has been like an ongoing running joke with my family and my close friends. Creston is quite a small town. There's not a lot to draw from there.
There's a Ramada Inn there.
There is now. It's
There's a Ramada Inn with a great coffee machine.
We've got 4 stoplights now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we're really growing as a community, but yeah, dating is difficult when you're working as much as we do on the farms. I have bounced around a little bit. I was in Southern Ontario for a while and then I was back home again. I've been back home again for 5 years and it just was one of those like, well, this will just be like a really funny thing that we'll apply for and see what happens. And then it happened and we were like, oh, this is this is a whole big thing. So yeah, I feel like at first I just thought it was going to be funny and then it became its whole own thing.
Josh, what were you thinking?
I like attention.
You'd never know it. That's it? It must be something. What else drove you? I mean, Chilliwack's full of eligible bachelorettes.
Really?
Well, apparently not.
No, I don't know. Like I said,
My daughters were, never mind.
yeah, like me and my buddies, we both signed up too, and like I said, it's just I thought it'd be something fun to do, and then yeah, I got my name in the hat there, and it was fun.
Doug, why did you go on that show?
Well, they sold it to me pretty hard. Like, they're like, ladies from across the country are going to apply to date you and come to your farm. I was like, oh, that sounds easy. But yeah, no, I thought like, hey, this would be a pretty cool way to meet someone special. And I figured, you know, there was going to be a lot of people, you know, that would apply, and then they would narrow it down to the top candidates that I told them, like, hey, I'm looking for this. And they brought some a pretty great group of ladies for me to choose from. And
I thought just one.
yeah, well,
Just
yeah.
one great one, right?
And then there was one,
And one
cream
great
of the
one.
crop, cream of the
One
crop.
great one, yeah.
Key group was one great one in it.
Yeah. So I thought it would be a pretty great way to meet someone. And if not, well, hey, like Josh said, you get some attention and some exposure. Why not?
But I noticed on the show your hair was a lot shorter.
Yes, yes, it's a lot.
So what's
shorter.
with the locks?
Megan likes them.
Oh, she's already got the influence on you. That's awesome. All right. So Josh, I'm going to start with you on this question. So you had film crews on your property, and did you guys find it difficult to complete your normal daily tasks? And how did you handle the biosecurity end of it?
No, I didn't find it too difficult. Like I woke up early, so they were long days. Definitely that gets to a guy, and then obviously my dad was helping out a lot. So I think he enjoyed the whole aspect of what it could be. So he helped out a lot, and yeah, long days. Biosecurity aspect, I don't know, wash your boots.
Wash your boots.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
How many people would be in the crew on the farm?
Yeah, there's, you know, from with everybody there, you could easily have anywhere from a dozen to even 15, 20. Yeah, like a lot of people.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Erin, how did you guys handle that?
What's so funny that these guys say that they like love attention. I realized like within the first couple hours of us, the first one was like, I don't like attention or people. It's like, what have I gotten myself into that I've
So you don't like
into this when
attention.
people are dressing
Hang on.
for things,
You don't
but
like attention, but you go on a national television show.
I didn't really think it through until it started
Oh,
happening, right? It's one of
So
those
CTV is coming.
yes.
Okay. Well, that's right. You didn't know anything about social media. I get that, right? So
But yeah, I would say too, it was like long days. I actually had my CFIA inspection in the middle of it on one of the off days. So my first couple of weeks were just spent doing paperwork, but then I used to occasionally get in trouble for disappearing. If they'd be like, we'll need you in an hour. I was like, okay, I'll go do work for an hour. But yeah, and we unluckily with weather, we're still finishing third cut and combining during the beginning. Luckily, they thought that was great. So was able to work as well, which was nice.
good. Doug?
Yeah, no, at that time I didn't have my new entrant farm started yet, but I was growing the crops. So I had my corn crop to do during filming, which was stressful because that's an, you know, weather window dependent thing. And of course, it was right when they wanted to do an all cast event with all the other farmers. So thankfully, they did put up money to have me hire someone to custom harvest my crop, which was quite
Okay.
nice.
Nice.
Yeah. It was my first corn crop, so that was a little sad not bringing it in myself. I mean, there was a little bit that I brought in on the show, but
Yeah, that was a good scene.
yeah. Yeah. And then
Okay.
and then it would be like, like I'd be planting the cover crop prior to filming early in the morning and late at night, kind of just making it work. But yeah, no, the TV or crew was pretty flexible with me.
So they were pretty respectful of the dairy business operation going on, not wanting to interfere. The one
Yeah.
episode you had all the girls in the parlor.
Yeah, that was
I
a
don't know
bit of
how
a
you can
gong
milk
show.
cows with
Yeah.
that many. 6 girls in the parlor, was it?
Yeah, there was, I think 5 of us and me.
Okay.
And me want
yeah.
to put a parlor in again.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it went pretty smooth. Like Megan, she comes from a dairy farm as well, so she took on half the girls. I took on the other
Oh,
half.
she taught
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it worked out well then.
You know, I was watching that show with my daughters, and they're like, "Yeah, he's going to pick her. She's the dairy girl." You know, in our day, like some of the gray hair in the crowd, we had to do it the old-fashioned way. We had to actually go out and meet our partners. So I did it the old-fashioned way, at a bar. And my wife will share this story quite willingly as well. I was actually showing cattle at the Waterloo show in Kitchener-Waterloo, white pants on, white shirt. So I went to go meet her at the restaurant that she was working at. So I changed my shirt to red. So I had a red belt, red shirt, wide open, chain, white pants. And I asked her out. And I told her, I said, "You got 5 minutes? You want to go out with me or not?" And she said, "Nope." So I rekindled my thoughts, went back to her, and I said, respectfully, "Would you like to date? Would you like to go out with me? I would really like to go out with you." And then she said yes, but she also said she felt sorry for me because of my white and red outfit. I didn't have to go on a TV show for that. And we've been married almost 35 years, so it's working out so far, so. That's true, yes. Okay, so Doug, I'm going to start with you. What advice would you give to producers who are balancing, and maybe John Sunder, who are balancing full-time farming with finding a lifelong partner?
Oh boy, yeah, that's pretty tricky. That's really, really tricky. So I would say you really got to set time aside off farm to go make those connections and spend time with your partner. I know I could definitely spend a little more time off my farm, spend with Megan, but yeah, no, and also having a partner that supports you and understands what it means to be a dairy farmer, because it is, a lifestyle. It is 7 days a week, which a lot of people, grow up with their parents working a 9 to 5 and they got the weekends off and, usually, or their parents didn't have a farm or a business that they had to take care of. So they don't always understand like, oh no, this is on me. Like this is my livelihood. I need to, be there. So having a partner that supports you and making sure you also support your partner supporting you is quite critical, I think.
Yeah, that's very good advice. Josh?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that one. Just having that understanding of what the farming lifestyle entails, I think that's the biggest thing. You can, if you, like you said, if you come or someone comes from a background of just from the city and the 9 to 5ers and which is all good, but you got to have that understanding that unfortunately sometimes the farm does come first. Not in every situation, but yeah, I think you nailed that one on the head.